Hey guys, Curtis here. Today we're going to be doing a rinseless wash on this 2016 Honda Civic. Anybody that lives in Canada can be the first to tell you that keeping your car clean during Canadian winters can be kind of tough. A lot of people might go to the automatic car wash or using the brush and the wand wash simply out of convenience, and that's okay. But I'm going to show you a safer way to take care of your car, keep it clean, and for the most part for the comfort of your own garage. You'll still need access to local wand wash just to get some of the grit off, but I think you might be pretty satisfied with this method. In my sprayer today, I've got my Rinseless Wash solution, already diluted, 256:1. This is an important stage to help loosen and encapsulate any dirt or grime that's on the car that ultimately you're going to want to be removed by the time you get to the contact wash stage. This has proven to be one of the safest ways to start your rinseless wash, and not everybody has access to a pressure washer in their garage. So we're going to have to drive over to the local car wash and get started. Now that our pre-soak has had some time to work, time to loosen up some of that grit, let's get this car sprayed down, making sure to do long, slow, methodical strokes. Try to get as much of that removed off the surface as possible. Now what you're going to see is even after this initial rinse, the car is still going to have some grime on it, but the important thing is that all the grit is gone and your vehicle will now be ready for a safe contact wash. And that's the beauty of doing a rinseless wash, is that it is relatively forgiving. On the way back to the garage, the water on the car actually froze up again, so I had to wait a couple minutes, let the car thaw out. But once you're back in the warmth of your own garage and everything's thawed out, you're going to want to spray down another layer of that rinseless wash. Same product, same dilution, but this is important for establishing that base level of lubrication. In a rinseless wash, it's so important to maintain a high level of lubrication to protect your car's paint. This is what's preventing the remaining grime and dirt from causing additional scratches during your contact wash. Time to get started with that contact wash. Using a bucket of the same solution, 256:1 rinseless, and either microfiber cloth or a sponge, you're going to want to get started with that contact wash. of all, don't forget to have fun with it. Make sure to get everywhere on your car. Go slow, get intimate with your paint, maybe even lift your wipers up, do the corners of the windshield. Make sure you're flipping your sponge and doing a second pass on every section to make sure you grab a lot of that grime and pull it back into the bucket. One of the great things about a rinseless wash is that no matter how dirty your sponge is, all you gotta do is toss it back in the bucket, rinse it out, and all that dirt is at the bottom of the bucket. It's safe to go for another round of passes. Now that you're done with the paint, it's time to hit the wheels. If your wheels are in pretty good shape, it's okay to hit them just the same as you would at the paint. Just hit them last. Using your sponge, make sure to get into as many nooks and crannies as you can. Try to get everything off, and try to get into the lug nut cavities as well. Now that we're done with our contact wash, it's time to get the car dried off. Get the rest of that water and any remaining grime lifted off the car and safely into a drying rag. Some of the solution dried up on the car, so I'm just going to give it another quick spray down before I hit it with the towel. You always want to make sure that you have enough lubrication for your drying. It's important to never dry your car without some form of lubrication on the car itself. Thankfully, Rinseless Wash has enough lubrication in it that you don't need an additional drying aid. So if a lot of the rinseless has dried on the car, go ahead, reapply a little bit, and then get started with your drying. Now, it's worth noting that even after drying the entire car, look at how clean that drying cloth is. There's no dirt. It's not stained at all. That should really show you that almost 100% of the dirt on the car was safely pulled through the sponge and back into the bucket. Now, As the car has been cleaned and dried, technically this is the end of the wash and you're good to go. But me personally, I like to finish off with a little bit of a quick detail wipe down. This is Car Pro Elixir. It's an SiO2 based hydrophobic spray-on sealant. It's good for a couple weeks protection. It's going to add a little bit of gloss and shine to your vehicle and give it that extra bit of hydrophobicity to your car. It's easy to put on. Using one cloth, 1 or 2 sprays per panel max. Do not over apply this stuff. Wipe it onto the panel with your first rag, and with your second rag, buff it off to a nice shine. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll leave you with some of the footage.